he drives a car, that means it is more of a general routine for him. It is a habit, or he does this every day.
Okay. So that's the difference between simple present and present
Present and
continuous.
continuous.
So,
Similarly,
hmm,
yeah. So similarly, when we move to the past tense, he drove a car, and here again, drive, drove. So this is an irregular verb.
mhm,
So
okay.
now he drove a car means maybe sometime in the past he has he drove a car, but he is not driving right now, or neither it is a regular habit for him right now in the present
Mhm,
days.
mhm,
And in the continuous, he was driving a car. So he
mhm.
was driving a car. Maybe early in the morning at 8 o'clock he was driving a car, but that action is already completed. He is no more driving the car right now. So we are talking about the continuous process when he was driving a car.
Yeah, yeah. You see, probably it is like this. You're talking about simple past is nothing but talking about an action which is
Action.
completed in the past.
Mhm.
Okay, but you're talking when it comes to the past continuous, you're talking about a duration
Yeah,
of that particular action.
particular
Okay,
action.
which completed in the past again. Which that
Mhm.
both the actions completed only. But here the focus
Yeah,
was more on the duration part or a background activity.
the
See,
continuous.
probably
Yeah.
I would be saying like this, while I was driving a car, I
Mhm.
saw an accident.
Yeah,
So why I'm talking about the background action, we use past continuous.
true.
What had to mention what happened in the past, we use simple past.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Just to
Next.
mention the activity, we go for the simple past. Maybe when we, any continuous form for that matter, even
Mhm.
in present tense or past tense, it talks about the duration,
Right.
like how long the activity continued.
Okay,
And
same way when it comes to the future.
future as well. He will drive a car, and this is just to state a fact that he will drive a car someday. Maybe even in the evening today, or maybe sometime later in near future. I don't know. The time frame is not known. It's just to state the fact that he will drive a car. But he will be driving a car again would be a continuous. Like if I say that mm, uh, maybe it is a part of some other, like you said, that background. Maybe there is a background.
Mhm. Okay, I'll keep it in this way. I will drive a car, he will drive a car is nothing but I'm mentioning the action called driving
Yeah,
will happen in
yeah.
the future,
Mhm.
right? He will be
Mhm.
driving a car means the action called driving will be in a
Mhm.
continuous form in the future,
Yeah.
correct? That means in the
That's
future
true.
it will be happening in the future. So it is that action
Mhm.
called drive is going to be in a future continuous form. That's what I want to
Yes.
mention. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In our mother tongue, it is easy to understand. Anyway, let's
Understand.
talk about perfect and perfect continuous because this is where perfect, generally we commit mistake. Yeah.
So theoretically, what is being said is that perfect tense, like when I say he has driven a car, it is mostly to say that an action had started in the past and it has continued till the present. Maybe that action has stopped right some time back, but it has continued. The effect of that action is still there in the present. It is continuing in the present.
That is present perfect.
Present perfect tense. He
Mhm.
has driven a car. But past perfect, he had driven a car. That is, again, I'm talking about an action which is over in the past. It has no reference to the present at all.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, if you can elaborate on it.
Yeah, I would,
Hello? Yeah.
especially,
Mhm.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, what's the difference between
Mhm.
present perfect and a simple past? Both also
Mhm.
a completed action, correct? Whenever we want to
Mhm.
talk about completed action, we use both, like simple
Mhm.
past or present perfect. What is the difference
Mhm.
between he drove a car and he has driven a car? Here,
Now, what
what
happened? Yeah, okay.
sorry, I just
No, no, you can continue.
Yeah,
Sorry. No.
I was talking about, I mean, to take your input, what I have understood
Mhm.
is, when the action is completed, irrespective of when, to
Mhm. Mhm.
mention action is completed. He drove a car. You're not talking about
Mhm.
when, all those things. He has driven a
No.
car. That means recently. in the
Mm-hmm.
recent past,
Mm-hmm.
probably which has something, that's why there is some kind of a present in the present
True.
perfect sense, which is
Yeah.
recently completed.
Mm-hmm.
Present, the action which is completed in the present. That's what I mean, I
Mm.
believe.
Yeah.
Correct?
So
So,
yeah, true.
yeah, correct. Same way with the past perfect also. Past perfect in the sense, the meaning itself, it is there. That means the act
Mm-hmm.
perfect in the sense completed, past in the action
Mm-hmm.
which is completed in the past. That is nothing but past perfect.
That's
Action which
perfect.
is completed in the future, which will be completed
It's
in the future. That
completed.
is nothing but future
Present,
perfect.
future perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
And
You would like to
similar,
add?
no, that is it. That's it. That present with the very easy way to put it is when I say there is a very clear difference. Like people are often confused and they ask that why do I have to use present perfect and not simple past? When using
Mm-hmm.
simple past is a better option. So simple past is used when we do not need any time reference. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
The main focus is that action is over. But when I want to keep the time reference or it has some reference to the present time, that is when it is good to use the present perfect tense.
Okay, that gives me another rule of thumb rule of
Mm.
English. That means
Mhm.
whenever you use present perfect, you should not be
Mm.
using words which indicates past. Like,
Yeah.
for example, I have completed my graduation in 2002 is wrong because 2002 is not recently completed. That is one.
Completed. Yes. Yes.
It completed long back. So it
Yeah.
has to be like I completed my graduation in 2002 is right. I
Yes.
completed, not I
I
have completed.
completed.
I have
Yeah.
completed my graduation from Mangalore University is okay. But you should
Okay.
not be
Yes.
mentioning any time there.
No. No. Time
If you
reference is.
Yes, if when you mention the time past, you can use a words like today, this morning,
Mhm. Mhm.
recently, at 10 o'clock. That's and all you can use it, no problem. Otherwise, you should not be using the time again. That is one of the rule
Mhm.
of using, while speaking about present perfect. You
Perfect and
can,
past simple past.
yes, yes, correct. Simple, if you want to mention something, you can mention the date of action, the time of action in the past, then you can use the simple past itself. There is
Mhm.
one
Yeah.
more rule too, I still remember. It's to keep it simple. Whenever
Mhm.
you want to talk about a reason for a present situation, try to understand this. Whenever you want to talk about a reason for a present situation, you use present perfect. That means, okay?
Mhm.
I say that what happened, Kasturi? You look dull today. It's a present
Yeah.
form, correct? You will
Yeah.
say that, yeah, I have not slept well. You don't say that I did not sleep well. You say that I have
True.
not slept well.
Not slept. So the effect of that action is there, is present in the current time or in the
Yes,
current scenario.
yes,
That.
the same way. In other words, to talk, whenever you want to talk about a reason for a present situation, you use present perfect. See,
Mhm.
maybe, my son is looking very happy today. He looks very happy because
Mhm.
he has completed his homework
Yeah.
or he has done well in that exams. You got my point.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he has that effect of that particular part, as you said, the result of the past action is still visible on his face.
Yes.
Or if I want to, how about a cup of coffee? Let's go for a cup of coffee. You say that no, I have just had my coffee.
Yeah.
You have already completed that effect is still there. You can still taste the coffee in with you. That's why you say that no, I don't want to have coffee anymore.
Mhm.
Same way, there
Mhm.
is a past perfect also could be used. Whenever you want to talk a reason for a past situation, you use past perfect.
Yes.
Right? The same
Mhm.
example. You were looking pretty dull yesterday. I would ask you, like, what happened yesterday? You were not looking so good. You are looking pretty dull. So you said that. What are the reason for it? You immediately say that I had not slept well.
Slept well.
I had not slept well. You say that's
So
why I was like not well
yeah,
yesterday.
to put it in a simple way, maybe that an action which whose consequences were present in the past, but it is no more present in the, not there in the current time.
Yes,
So
yes.
the action and its consequences all are over in the past. So that is when we use the past perfect tense.
Correct, correct. Anyway, those two topics are the future one, the future perfect, as you
Uh,
mentioned earlier, will no longer be used. But the same
Used.
way, if to give an example, actually, if you know when exactly the future action is going to complete, you use the future perfect. For
Perfect.
example, we will have completed our session in 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah.
That means I'll know that when the action is going to be completed in the future.
Completed.
That is nothing but
Future.
future
Yeah.
perfect, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
right. What's the difference between present continuous and present perfect continuous? What is this? Typical grammar term,
So,
no?
present perfect, like I said, continuous tense is mostly to talk about a duration or how long the action is being continued. Either it
Mhm.
is continued in the present or past or future, whatever the time is. But perfect continuous is more of like the action has started and it is still continuing, and we specify more on what time the action has started for present perfect continuous.
Okay, okay.
Like here we have an example, he has been driving a car since morning. So we
Mhm.
know that that action has started somewhere early in the morning and it is still continuing because we do not know that if it is completed or not.
Okay, okay. You mean,
Okay.
this action is not yet completed, it's going on.
No.
Just to indicate an action which is started in the past and is still going on, we
Uh,
use this, correct?
this, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And also, there is one more thing. Usually, in the present perfect tense, we use the time reference. Like to be specific, here you have said since morning.
Mhm.
So here we have, so the use of the words since and for words, both these words since and for, they are very effectively used in present perfect continuous tense.
Okay,
But there is a difference. Like many people, we often confuse. Not, I don't need to talk about many people, but we always confuse. Like I could have, we use for in the place of since and since in the place of for.
right, right. Mhm.
Okay, and that is where we need to have
That's a
like
debate.
there is a debate, but
Yeah,
the
separate discussion for it
Mhm,
actually. Since
mhm.
and for, correct. Yep.
Yeah,
We always
but
have a
because
debate.
it is used in perfect continuous tense, in present perfect continuous tense, it is good to know when these two words are used.
Mhm.
Like when we talk about the duration, like if I say we have been, they have been married for 10 years.
Okay.
Okay, so here I am talking about the duration, how long they have been married. And so I say for 10 years. Instead, if I want to talk about the time when they got married and they have been married since 2012, if I have to say that in that place I cannot use for and instead I need to use since. Because
Right.
I'm talking about the time when this action was initiated.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
like
Right.
similarly,
Ka-
you have an
Kas-
example
Kas-
here. Yeah,
Kasturi,
yeah,
just give me a minute, okay? I'll just be
yeah,
back.
yeah,
I'll just plug my laptop and be back, okay?
yeah,
Just
yeah,
let,
yeah.
yeah.
Sure, sure.
Good. Yeah.
So, like I was saying, that in present perfect continuous tense, we really need to be very careful about the time frame.
No, no, no. I was just looking into the set example that you have given. We have used
Yeah.
been in continuous perfect tense. Normally, we use been, right? In present
He
and
will
past.
have been driving. Yeah, he will have been
Exactly. He will
driving.
have been driving. I think that would have been correct. Or the statement that you have given, like he will have driving a car. Is that the correct sentence?
We need have been driving. Yes, you're correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Normally, been is added in perfect continuous tense, right?
Perfect continuous
Maybe it is
tense
present or
in.
past or future. In any form, we use been.
Yeah, yeah. Even in future, we have added it in present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous. I think it has missed over here. Or
Okay, okay. All right. That's what the clarity I wanted, man. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
My
Sorry.
clarity is about
Mhm.
uh, can we use the words also and to? For example, when I'm
Uh-huh.
telling is a list of new arrivals also attached along with this letter, or
Yeah.
list of new arrivals also to attached. Is it
Okay.
used?
Actually, you can use both, but the thing is, to use if you rewrite the same thing with the two, okay, at the end, then it makes a better statement. For example, the
To
list of letters also been used, also been attached or enclosed here. But you that's what you mentioned, correct? Same way,
okay.
other words, the list of letters also list of letters been enclosed to last. At the end, if you use it to, that works better.
Yeah. Okay, okay,
Oh,
thank you.
Sir, I had completed my work. That's right.
Huh.
Or I was completed my works. Which one is right, sir?
I had completed my work is right. Was cannot be one thumb rule. Okay. Along
Okay.
with was actually, if you want to talk about an action which is done by you, if
Yeah.
you have done some action, okay,
Okay, sir. Okay,
then
sir.
after this be verbs like am, is, are, and was and were or will be, you cannot use main form of the verb. You have to use
yes,
ing form. For
ing
example,
form.
I was working is okay, not
Hmm.
I was worked.
Okay.
Hmm.
After was and is, that should be ed form of the or irregular form of the things, not the ing form. That's you remember that, okay?
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you.
I don't say that the statement is wrong, but it gives my different meaning. I was worked or
Hmm.
I was passed is nothing but you did not do, somebody else passed you. Somebody
Again,
else did the work. Actually, you are forced to do. You are a result of an action. That's a passive form of the this one.
yes.
Yeah.
Again, there is a very common mistake which is committed by most of us. That is, when we ask questions, we use did as well as the past form of the verb. Like, why did you came here? But there is
Hmm.
a thumb rule that with did is already the past tense form. We cannot use the past tense form of the action word. It
Right.
has to be why did you come here?
Why
Or
did you
why
came
did
is wrong. Yeah.
wrong, or why did you go there? So it cannot be why did you went there. Did, and did is already the past tense, so with did we cannot use any other past tense form of the main verb. That is a thumb
Right.
rule.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, this is Pradeep here. One more question I have about adverb of place.
Yep.
I was just referring to your example, Chandrasekhar sir, which you have given about Bangalore.
Right.
So, is the Bangalore is actually considered as a proper noun? So, can
Correct.
we also consider that as an adverb?
Yeah, you can if you are using in or to along with it. For example, to Bangalore, that is an
Okay,
adverb. In Bangalore, that is an adverb. If you are
Exactly.
using only with the place, if you ask me, okay, like Bangalore itself, then I call it
for
as a proper
example,
noun.
sir, if I say that I stay in Bangalore,
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Bangalore, that is where exactly the action of stay. Stay is an action term. Where that action is happening now?
so it's in Bangalore.
Mm,
Okay,
In
yeah.
Bangalore. That means which answers a question called how, right? That's why we
yeah.
call it as place adverb.
Okay, when I say I'm going to Bangalore, I'm traveling to Bangalore. So here,
Yeah,
Bangalore is a proper noun, but not an adverb, right, sir?
yeah. Only Bangalore is a proper noun. But if you are using along with to Bangalore, which answers a question called where again? Where
Okay,
Mm,
where exact where are you going? You're going to Bangalore. So
okay,
obviously, it is a adverb if you are using
okay.
along with to. If you are using only Bangalore without to or
Yeah.
in or from or something, then it is proper noun. Okay.
yeah.
See,
All
Pradeep,
right.
Pradeep,
Yes,
just an
yes,
excellent question actually, question for the debate also. We can take this
yes.
question. See, any word, okay, any word, it doesn't fall under the category of noun, pronoun, adjective, or anything just because of, you know, if we just because we cannot name, for example, word like dog, okay, according to
Yeah,
you, what kind of a word it is? Dog is a noun. That's what you say,
it's a
correct?
noun. Yeah, we
But
can say
trust
common noun otherwise.
in your mother tongue, you use the common noun, I mean, called dog, even in
Yeah,
adjectives also, correct?
yeah,
We, while shouting at somebody, while screaming at somebody, we use it as an adjective. We can
yeah.
even use it as a verb also. Do you know that? He was dogging me. or
Okay.
they were dogged by the reporters,
Reporters.
is nothing but following me. English is a beauty of like this, okay? Any
Yeah.
word can be used. It is totally based on the position you use. Where do you
Exactly.
use the words? That's based on that it changes. If you
Sorry
are
to
using,
interrupt, but for that matter, even the word Google,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
googled,
you please Google the
Google.
answer.
Yes.
We often say
It's a
this. Now,
verb here.
initially, yeah, yeah, here it becomes a verb, but Google is never on
Hello.
its own. If you look at it, it is never a verb.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
we can use. It is all about the way you use it
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
Where do you position the word? That's what matters. If I need to
Exactly.
concentrate, if I need to elaborate more on that, it is all about what becomes a subject, what becomes a predicate,
Hmm.
what becomes an object, what becomes a completing part of a statement. So which one you use? It is not the word which you use. It takes a power of a subject actually when predicate based on the position
Okay.
actually. Okay. There are so many
Yeah.
words like that. Anyway, we will talk about that again in a detailed way. Sentence formation. I think we have one kinds of sentence, that day we can talk. But that's a nice question, Pradeep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
I
so much,
think
sir. So
we
Welcome.
have
it keeps
Yeah.
we have
changing depending upon the situation, actually,
I
as
think
yes.
position,
as you
where do you
explained, sir.
place the word? Where do you place the word in a statement? That's
Position.
what matters.
Okay. All
Okay.
right, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying this.
Welcome. Welcome, Pradeep. Yeah. Next, I think Dr. Rajita
Rajat.
has some question. Yeah.
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 Dr.
I think.
Netra. Dr. Netra, you can go ahead with your question.
Sir, I want to clear that too good and
Mm-hmm.
difference between too good. Where can we use too good? As you told, it comes a negative form. Na? So we
Yeah.
say every time we use to that too smart, too good. So is
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
correct or not?
No, it's all about your intention. If you want to talk negatively, you can use it.
Hmm.
He's too good. That means, it's not wrong as a statement. But if you want to talk negative, if you want to pass a negative comment in a decent way, then you use it. You got it,
Okay.
right? But
Yes, yes, yes.
all I wanted to tell you is he's too good is not equal to he is very good.
Very
That's
good.
what we need to
Yes.
that's what we need to understand. Both the statements are right grammatically, but it doesn't carry the same meaning. You're getting my point, right?
Yes, sir. So what you suggest? Can we use that too good, or instead of too good, we can use very good?
Now, for what? That's not my question.
Means
To compliment somebody?
for what? Compliment somebody. Means
Yeah, in
some
that case,
students
very
and
good
all.
is the best one. Very good is best.
Okay, sir.
Same,
Thank
yeah,
you.
same like that. Never use clever. Okay, try to use
Hmm.
intelligent.
Intelligent.
He is
Okay.
intelligent is always good. Then he is clever. Clever is the term actually. We generally use the same thing. Ah, my son is very clever. Okay, clever is something which is used negatively. One who uses intelligence in a negative manner is clever.
Okay, sir.
But in general term, in our mother tongue, actually, we understand both words in the same way. But I would suggest you to use intelligent is better than clever. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Dr. Vijay Kumar, I think I'm admitting him. Anyone else who has any questions? Poonam has a question. Yes, Poonam.
Yes, sir. I am always confused about when do we use has and have.
Yes, have simple thing. Remember, okay? Has should be used for singulars. Singulars
Okay.
beside you. Okay, आपके बिना. Okay, apart from you in the sense I'm talking about I, though I am a singular, I use have there. Okay,
Hmm.
and have is for all the plural, including me. That's it. That's how you can remember. If you want to talk about somebody else, somebody, that means I'm talking about singular there. Okay, else. Then
Hmm.
you use has. Okay. For example, he has
In
a
case
pen.
of
Yeah, continue.
okay. And in terms of tenses,
Same. I have
Tenses only.
completed.
Same.
I have answered your question. You have asked a question. Same way, if I want to say Poonam, Poonam has asked a question.
Okay.
Chandra has answered the question. It has to be has for singulars, have for plural.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Welcome, Poonam.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So
Next.
we can also say that we can use has with he, she, it. I think that's an easy way for the people to understand.
Yes. Yes. Singular is nothing but he, she, it, or any name.
Yeah. Thank you,
Correct.
sir.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Next. We will talk about, I mean, this particular part. In the next session, what exactly we are going to cover? I think we are going to cover the proposal writing next session. So, along with that, we are going to cover some portion of grammar also as usual. So, if you have any questions regarding grammar, regarding tenses, please make sure that, when you ask more, we will get more clarity, right? So we will also come to know that where to focus more on which part. Otherwise, these are all topics as a subject. It's a huge topics, very huge lessons. It takes a lot of time to cover as a subject. Instead, it's always better to have questions, specific questions. We answer that specific questions so that the same questions could be with many other participants also, so that would be nice way of going ahead, I think. All right. Uh, that's all for now. I think we can go ahead and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me again. I am